Welcome, deep divers. Today, we're really digging into something pretty groundbreaking. The state of startups and AI 2025.
Yeah, it's moving fast.
Absolutely. We're pulling insights from a really interesting conversation with Sarah Guo. She's from Conviction, an AI native venture fund.
Right.
And our goal today really is simple.
Yeah.
Figure out what's actually happening with AI right now. Cut through all the noise
There's a lot of noise.
and pinpoint where the real opportunities are. Forget the headlines for a bit. We want to get down to brass tacks. Find AI's true superpower, what's driving this incredible value, and how you can tap into it.
And Sarah Guo's perspective is, well, pretty unique. Conviction actually started just before the whole ChatGPT thing exploded.
Oh, interesting timing.
Yeah, so they had this foresight. Plus, they run this Embed grant program for AI startups. They see thousands of applications.
Wow. Thousands.
So they get this amazing real-time view of user data, revenue data, not just pitches, real traction.
So it's ground level intelligence.
Exactly. So this deep dive, it isn't just about general trends. It's about uncovering some surprising data-backed stuff where value is really being created now. It's kind of a shortcut for you to understand this field because it's moving so incredibly fast.
Okay, let's jump in then. The first big thing that just leaps out is this idea that, well, this is the largest technology revolution that we get to be a part of.
It really feels that way sometimes.
And the speed of value creation is just astounding. We're seeing companies go from 0 to 10, 50, even 100 million in run rate. So quickly, faster than anything we've ever seen before in tech revolutions. It almost feels, unreal.
It does feel a bit unreal, but the numbers are there. Now, the actual building part, the AI product and engineering, that's proving quite a bit harder than people had hoped.
Right, it's not magic.
Not at all. But the uptake from users, that is genuinely unprecedented. That's the real story here.
Okay.
And you hear people asking about, is this an AI hype cycle? Is an AI winter coming?
Yeah, that question comes up.
But the message here is clear. Focus on the long term. Product viability. Are people actually using this stuff? We're seeing crazy usage numbers. That's the signal.
Not the market noise.
Exactly. Forget the noise. This is fundamental change, not just, buzz.
That speed, though, it's still mind-boggling. What's actually making it possible? Let's get into the core capabilities, maybe start with reasoning. It's described as this totally new way to scale intelligence, unlocking new stuff.
We have reasoning. Think of it less technically. It's like the AI can show its work.
Ah, okay. Transparency.
Right. Which is huge for trust. Think finance, medicine. You can't just have a black box spit out an answer. You need to see how it got there.
Makes sense.
And it also lets AI tackle more complex multi-step problems, like how a person would solve a puzzle, break it down, try things, backtrack.
So more systematic.
Exactly. And that ability is what's driving all the excitement around agents.
Okay, define agents for us, beyond the marketing hype.
Sure. So an agent is basically software that takes ownership of a task. It can hold a goal in its memory, try different approaches, learn, backtrack.
So it's not just responding, it's doing.
Precisely. Think of it more like a digital colleague, an autonomous one. And what's really compelling is the number of agent startups applying to that Conviction Embed program. It's up 50% over the last year.
50%? Wow.
Yeah, and many are actually working in the real world already. It's not just lab stuff. Sarah Guo even made this really bold prediction.
Oh, yeah.
She thinks AI agents ship code directly to prod to production by the end of 2026.
Whoa. Directly to production by 2026. That is bold. Given the reliability issues we still see sometimes, what makes her so confident?
Well, the pace of improvement is it's exponential, really. And agents are already proving useful in more controlled settings.
Yeah.
And you're right, it's definitely not just about text and reasoning. We're seeing huge leaps in other modalities, too. Voice, video, image generation.
Right. Companies like HeyGen, 11 Labs, Midjourney, they're rocketing past $50 million of ARR.
Yeah, they're not just cool tech demos anymore.
No, they're real businesses now.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Hagen, making those video clones of people with, real emotional gestures. It's almost uncanny.
It really is, and that shows the impact immediately.
So how does that fit in, the multimodality piece?
Well, initially, some people thought multimodality would be kind of niche, consumer stuff.
Right.
But that's changing fast as the data behind images, video, voice gets more structured, more understood by the models.
Okay.
And voice especially. We're seeing a lot of focus there because it's just such a natural way for us to communicate. So voice is where we're going to see applications first in business workflows.
Like what kinds of workflows?
Think automated medical consult summaries or really smart lead generation calls, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And the key thing for anyone building or investing is you should absolutely expect capability improvement in every part of the model layer, constantly.
So no slowing down anytime soon.
No, that whole idea of hitting a data wall, running out of training data, or, the end of AI summer, it's just not coming. The progress continues.
Okay, so capabilities are exploding across the board. But to build with this stuff, you need the underlying models.
Yeah.
And that market, it sounds like it's shifting incredibly fast. Sam Altman's quote comes to mind, "Last year's model is a commodity."
Yeah, that quote really captures it.
What does that actually mean for you, the builder, trying to, create something new here?
It's a huge deal for builders. How do you even navigate this? I mean, look at GPT-4's price. It dropped from, what, 30 per $1 million tokens down to $2 in about 18 months?
It's a massive drop.
Huge. And the distilled smaller versions, they're down to like 10 cents.
Wow.
Which just opens the door for using these powerful models everywhere, much more cost effectively. And the competition is fierce now.
Right. It's not just OpenAI anymore.
Not at all. Claude is eating into their market share significantly. Google's back in a big way with Gemini. We're seeing credible new players too, like SSI, Thinking Machines, and then there's the whole open source movement. Models like DeepSeek are becoming reasonably competitive, and they claim a fraction of the training cost.
So lots of options.
Lots. So the key takeaway for you, the listener, is pretty clear. Plan for a world that is multi-model. Don't lock yourself into one provider.
Makes sense. Hedge your bets.
Exactly. And basically rely on the model market to compete for your business. Your costs are likely going down, capabilities are going up. It's a good place to be as a buyer, actually.
That really does change how you approach building.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pivot then to the application layer. This is where, the rubber meets the road.
Right, where the value gets delivered.
And we have to talk about Cursor. I mean, this company, $1 million to $100 million of ARR in 12 months.
Yeah.
500,000 developers. And they started with 0 salespeople.
It's astonishing in growth.
That's not just growth, that's a true killer application. Why code? What made coding the perfect place for that kind of explosion?
Well, there are about 4 key reasons, really. First, code is text with logical language with structure.
Okay, easier for AI.
Much easier for AI to process than, say, poetry. Second, a lot of coding is what they call sophisticated boilerplate.
Repetitive stuff.
Yeah, complex but repetitive tasks that AI is great at automating. Third, and this is crucial, code has deterministic validation. Meaning you can automatically run tests to see if the code actually works. You get immediate, clear feedback, way easier than judging like creative writing.
Oh, clear pass-fail.
Exactly. Huge advantage for AI learning.
Yeah.
And fourth, well, researchers just poured resources into Code AI for AGI benchmark reasons, so there was a strong foundation.
Okay, those all make sense.
But here's the real money point, the critical insight, I think. Engineers built tools for engineers. They understood the workflow intimately, and that made all the difference. Cursor's value isn't just the AI models underneath. It's the thick wrapper.
Whole experience.
Yes. The workflow orchestration, the user experience, that's the company's value add. They built the ultimate coding environment with AI just seamlessly baked in.
That's a fantastic breakdown. So if engineers building for engineers was Cursor's secret sauce,
Yeah.
how can listeners generalize that? How do you build the Cursor for X in, say, marketing or finance or healthcare?
Yeah, how do you replicate that magic? Well, the recipe for building that Cursor for X is, it sounds simple, but it's powerful. First, avoid just generic text boxes.
The empty prompt.
Right. The prompt, Sarah Guy says, is a bug, not a feature. The goal isn't making users better prompters.
Okay.
The best AI products should almost feel like mind reading because they are. They anticipate your needs.
How do they do that?
Second point, leverage your deep domain knowledge and workflow knowledge. Build products that show up informed. The AI shouldn't be a blank slate. It should know the user's job context.
Got it. Context is key.
Absolutely. Third, automatically collect and package context. And not just from text. Pull it from CRMs, design files, spreadsheets, wherever it lives.
Okay. Make it easy for the AI.
Fourth, use the right models at the right time. This is often called orchestration. It's about intelligently combining different AI pieces for the best result, not just one giant model for everything.
Smart.
And finally, fifth, Present the outputs to the users thoughtfully. This isn't, despite what some say, the end of the UI. It's about reimagining the interface to make these powerful tools feel intuitive, almost magical.
Makes sense. Integrate, don't just bolt on. Now here's something that seems, I don't know, counterintuitive. The sources suggest the most conservative, low-tech industries seem to be adopting AI fastest.
Yeah, the AI leapfrog effect. It's pretty fascinating.
Right. What are some actual examples? Where is this happening?
We're seeing it firsthand in Conviction's own portfolio. Take Sierra. They handle customer service queries. They resolve 70% of queries for big companies like SiriusXM, ADT.
Wow, 70% for established companies like that.
Exactly. These aren't flashy tech startups. They're getting real efficiency gains. Or look at Harvey in the legal space.
Legal. That's famously slow-moving.
Notoriously. But Harvey is now essential there. They're doing well over $70 million of ARR in just 2 years, automating complex legal research.
Incredible.
And another one, Open Evidence. They help doctors keep up with medical research. They're reaching a third of doctors in the U.S. weekly.
A third of U.S. doctors weekly?
Yeah, with daily average use for their intelligence search right when doctors are making clinical decisions.
Okay, so these aren't just toys.
Not at all. These examples really underline the point. These companies know their customer and are solving real problems. They aren't just building thin wrappers around an API or chasing hype. They're transforming core work in mature industries.
That's a really powerful shift. Seeing AI pop up in places maybe we didn't expect first. So let's talk about this balance then. Full automation versus augmentation. I like the Iron Man analogy you used. Tony Stark's suit augments him, right? It doesn't replace it.
Exactly. It makes him superhuman.
What does that tell us about what's actually working, what's driving revenue right now?
It tells us that while full automation, the agent vision, is super exciting and it is progressing fast, copilots are still really underrated for driving actual revenue today.
Okay. The augmentation piece is key for now.
It seems to be. The critical factor is human tolerance for failure or hallucinations or lack of reliability.
Right, if the AI messes up.
Yeah. And that tolerance reduces dramatically as latency increases. If it's slow and wrong, forget it. Users get frustrated fast.
Makes total sense.
So for many domains right now, the path of least frustration and therefore the path of greatest adoption seems to be build great augmentation.
Empower the human.
Exactly. Let users ride the wave of capability as the tech improves towards full automation. The advice is basically build the suit first. Make the human worker incredibly powerful.
And then maybe the suit can fly on its own later.
And you can extend out to the suit that flies on its own once Tony or any of us is wearing it. Start by boosting humans, then aim for full autonomy as reliability gets there.
That feels like a really practical, grounded approach. Which leads to maybe the most critical question for anyone building here. Defensibility. How do you build a lasting advantage, a moat, when the landscape shifts so fast, when models become commodities?
Yeah, the moat question, it's vital, and the answer might be a bit uncomfortable truth time.
Okay, let's hear it.
Execution is the moat in AI.
Execution, not the tech itself.
Not primarily the underlying model tech, no. Look at Cursor again. They didn't invent the models. They didn't even invent code completion, but they out-executed on every dimension.
How so?
They shipped a fantastic, seamless experience faster than anyone else. They understood the workflow, integrated deeply, and captured developers' trust.
Okay, speed and quality of execution.
Compare that with, say, Jasper. They had a first-mover advantage in generative text for marketing.
Right, they were early.
Very early. But they got crushed when ChatGPT came along with its faster iteration speed and better integration capabilities.
Oh, yeah.
Execution matters.
So the advice is,
build something thick and stay ahead. Build that deep workflow integration, that amazing user experience, and keep iterating, keep executing faster and better than the competition. Because no domains are out of question, even complex ones.
and there's an advantage for the application builders too, right? In terms of data.
Absolutely. Crucially, the really rich, specific data and context you need to create these magical AI experiences, that's often not easily available to the big AI labs training the base models.
They have the general data, but not the specific workflow data.
Exactly. So you, the application builder, with that deep domain knowledge, you have a unique inherent advantage there. You can fine-tune, you can gather the right context. That's a moat, too.
So summing that up, what's the big picture opportunity look like?
Look, the opportunity is still early and really massive. Think of it like this. We're in the dial-up era of AI right now, and we're rapidly shifting to broadband speeds of capability.
Good analogy.
And remember, The truly iconic companies, the Instagrams, the Ubers, the DoorDashes, they didn't necessarily come first. They often came years after the initial platform shift, like the move to mobile. They reimagined the experiences on the new platform.
So there's still plenty of time to build something huge.
Absolutely. The opportunity to build the next generation of category-defining companies is wide open right now.
That really brings it all together nicely. It's this dynamic environment, like you said. The game board keeps getting shaken up constantly with new models, new capabilities.
Constantly.
And that just means there's always a new chance, an opportunity for you, the builder, to innovate and win again.
Exactly. And maybe here's a final thought, a bit provocative perhaps.
Okay.
You, as the engineers, got the magic first.
Meaning?
Think about it. Right now, maybe 40% of AI use is still coding assistance. But does coding represent 40% of the world's economic opportunity?
No, definitely not.
Far from it. So therefore, the job of everyone, especially those of you listening with deep expertise in other fields, is to be the translators for the rest of the world.
Take the magic beyond engineering.
Yes, take this incredible technology and apply it thoughtfully, deeply into every industry, every workflow, every human challenge and opportunity. That's the real frontier. So our encouragement to you is embrace that challenge. Go build something revolutionary.